Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Not So Late Night live stream show starring Jimmy Degenerate. And due to an unfortunate medical emergency, the part of Ian Pearson is going to time Kenny Loggins. Ladies and gentlemen, the late night, not so late night live stream show starring Jimmy Degenerate and Kenny Loggins.
Fantastic. Off to a great start of fucking season 2. Great introduction, Nate. Really appreciated. Anyways, welcome to season 2, episode 1 of the Not So Late Night live stream show, hosted by Jimmy Degenerate and for the time being, Kenny Loggins. We'd like to say happy birthday to Kenny Loggins, as well as Nicolas Cage, who has also joined us this evening.
Yeah.
I would like to catch up with you, Kenny. My favorite song is Playing with the Boys, even though I've never seen Top Gun. But what brought on that song?
Really, it was just the planes. Like I was so motivated by watching Tom Cruise fly those F-150s that I just thought about playing with the boys and getting it together and brotherhood.
And how did you know that perfectly that song would mesh up with a whole volleyball game?
Thousands and thousands of takes, Jim. We spent entire afternoons working out how to have that song work alongside volleyball matchups. It's a true story.
This is amazing.
George Lucas refereed.
Oh my god. So best wishes to Ian Pearson, who is having a medical emergency at the moment. Thank you, Kenny Loggins, for being able to come here. It is much appreciated. What are you looking forward to in this season 2 kickoff of this show?
I'm looking forward to seeing more of Ian. That guy is really funny.
Oh, the guy's spot on. It's fan-fucking-tastic. Yeah, thank you. Oh, poor Ian. Hopefully he heals soon.
It was a deep fall.
It was a deep fall. Well, I mean, after the car flung him, there was that pit. So, you are 75 today. What's that like?
Creaky.
Nick, you're being very quiet. You're 59 today. How many movies are you on? Very silent man. Very silent man. Maybe you let the whole thing play before you cut it out.
You do it. Then you do it.
So, what did you do with your week?
I had sex with beautiful women. I wrote a song. And I visited Ian in the hospital.
Did you recently come back from Canada?
Recently.
Yeah, you look like you spent some time in Canada.
The Great White North. I was visiting Dan Aykroyd. Him and I are great friends. We write some music together. We don't publish it. It's an intimate thing. He's a hell of a harmonica player.
Would you say you make beautiful music?
I would.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So, I would like to start talking about bringing out my first guest. However, I would like to say we did have a cancellation. Dan Torres of Windy City Wheels, due to a scheduling conflict, was not able to get his shift covered at work. So unfortunately, he will not be joining us tonight. However, we do have a great guest. We've got Lance Huglet coming in from Wicked Deception.
Ah.
No,
There it is. There it is.
No one
Sorry.
even cares.
Hold the clap. Hold the clap.
No.
You get the next comfortable chair.
Oh, that was Ian the whole time.
My first day on the job.
Hold the claps.
Are you going to let our guest have a seat in the seat next to me?
No.
Damn.
Well, thank you for joining us on this night.
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry that I couldn't be a more important guest.
I mean, apparently the audience did not care.
Yo.
So, let's talk music. Let's talk about you. Now, what do you love about Nicolas Cage?
The fact that he's fucking amazing.
I mean,
He's fucking batshit insane, and all of his movies he plays the same character.
I mean, he really does.
He does.
Now, what is your favorite Nick Cage film?
It just came out recently. It's the spoof of the game Five Nights at Freddy's. It's
Is it
Willie.
Pig?
No, not Pig. I haven't seen Pig.
No,
yet.
someone told me to watch Pig. 'cause
Somebody
of
told me to
Nicolas
watch
Cage.
Pig because
I still need to
initially-
see Wicker Man. Bees!
He punches a fucking bear
And a woman.
and a woman.
A woman.
I mean, a woman
bear.
That's
That's how they get baby bears.
yeah, and that's. I mean, they are in the forest. It makes sense.
Fair enough.
Can you-
fair enough.
But Willy's Wonderland is it because it's just ridiculous.
That's, I've actually heard about this movie too. I feel like I need to watch it. Nick,
Yes.
can you chime in?
You
The man's just fucking too shy.
He is really shy considering all the parts he plays. You would think he would be more animated.
Super extroverted. But
Yeah.
no, he's a very modest gentleman.
I'm
The guy,
impressed.
the guy barely spoke a single word before we even started taping.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's
It's-
outstanding.
He's a stand-up citizen.
Now, you are the frontman and guitarist of the band Wicked Deception.
Unfortunately,
Oh, fair enough. Are you associated with any other projects?
no.
All right, well then let's talk Wicked Deception. What let's
You didn't want to talk about Wicked Deception?
I do want
I'm
to
just
talk.
joking.
I don't want to talk about Wicked Deception. I want to talk more about Nick Cage.
Well, I mean, we could do that too. Honestly,
Nicholas Deception.
Face Off is one of my favorite all-time movies of Nicolas Cage, but I do absolutely love what is it, Family Man. That's the one where
I don't even recall.
that's the one where he's like some big wig downtown, like stockbroker or something, and then he gets switched to an alternate reality where he married his college sweetheart
Oh, okay. Yeah, now
I love this premise.
and has a family. Yeah, it's really fun.
It's
It's like a
ridiculous.
Christmas film. It's a feel-good, heartwarming thing. And then Trapped in Paradise. Love Trapped in Paradise. That movie's great. It's
You know
Dana
your
Carvey
Cage.
and John Lovitz, and they rob a bank on
Oh,
Christmas.
yeah.
Nicholas
These are all.
Cage is in it?
Huh?
And Nicholas Cage
Yeah,
is in
Nicolas Cage is like the main brother who plans all of it. It's so great. Dana Carvey's like has the most spot on Chicago accent.
it? Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
But he does play it off pretty well.
Oh, for sure.
Raising Arizona is another.
Oh, it's such
Yeah,
a good movie.
Raising Arizona is good.
And this guy doesn't want to chime in about it.
Come on, Hyde.
What's your favorite movie, Nick?
So let's talk Wicked Deception. Let's talk genre.
Thrash with heavy vocals.
All right.
Yeah, so
All right.
because I can't do anything else vocally, so
All right. Well, give me a feel. Let's say I don't know shit about Wicked Deception, and you're pitching to me. Let's get the gist of it. What's the core beliefs? What are you working on? What's the structure? What are you writing about? I want to dive head first.
you want to
into the
go
world
head
of
first into it.
Wicked
Well,
Deception.
core beliefs is to just be as loud and ridiculous as possible.
Oh,
So,
I love that.
Sound wise, I always tell everybody because it's always a mix of just different shit anyway.
Okay.
But I tell everybody it's like imagine 6 feet under Chris Barnes screaming for Slayer. I think that would be about accurate.
That's fucking
I can get
awesome.
behind that.
I am all about everything.
I mean, I don't know. This guy, Kenny Loggins, he drums for it, so
It's a side project.
it's
Little
a
known
side
facts
gag,
about
yeah.
Kenny Loggins.
Little known facts about Kenny Loggins,
All
but
right.
just heavy, fast, aggressive stuff. Put out a few records. The one we're working on now, which has been how long now, man? 2-3 years in the works, just because Rona fucked everything up for 2 years.
I was saying there's Corona and just other stuff going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
So like, yeah.
We've been, it's Ian and I started like 2-3 years ago, putting together a new record, like full length. We put out an EP, and that was a preview for it. And then we were like, okay, we're gonna go full bore. Shit happens, blah 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 blah. And then just time went on, and of course 2020 did 2020 things.
Yeah.
And then last year, a lot of life-changing events happened within the group. And we kept going and kept writing and everything, but just couldn't really get to that point where it's like, okay, we can get this stuff recorded now, because every time that would happen, it would be like, okay, something will come up. And that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, great life events for a couple of the guys in the band.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you can't fault it, right?
You hit staggers.
Yeah, so
shit happens.
and that's what it is. But the music is there, and it's the last couple of records prior to this kind of lost its way a little bit, and now this is just kind of back to where we all feel like we feel really good about it. So
Alright.
just real fast again, heavy aggressive stuff. Everybody's enjoying it.
That's what's
At least I think you're enjoying it.
Oh yes, I do.
It's quite adequate.
I like to
Yeah.
play.
I like to play.
So, what sets you apart from other bands in your genre? Like, what gives you that step out? I know you mentioned the whole 6 Feet Under elements and Slayer Screaming, but like, what do you do differently? Do you do any experimental things? What gives you that tone that makes you jump out as Wicked Deception to other people?
We're self-aware. A lot of dudes get up on stage and they're like, "We're a metal band. Fuck you." You get up there, we're gonna have a good time with you, man. You know, raise your beers, have a good time. Yeah, I'm gonna scream into a microphone for 45 fucking minutes and sound like an asshole, but we're about having a good time.
Okay.
You know what it is? It's not like,
At the end of the day, you're not trying to be as metal as humanly
yeah, like
possible.
I'm not Corpse Grinder.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have a fucking 50-foot neck. I don't sell that.
They have
shit.
surgeries that can do that.
I mean, I could have the surgery to have a 50-foot neck, but I don't want it.
Oh, I can't
You know.
get the surgery.
Well, with that level of negativity, you'll never accomplish it.
I got to start being more
we
positive.
can do the African thing. Just get you discs.
Oh, yeah, you can just
yeah.
build it up.
And then I'll get a
Yeah, I was
lip
gonna say,
disc
you can,
too, yeah.
You can lip your disc. You can disc your
You want to lift his disc?
I do want to lip his
And
disc.
it almost sounded like you could lip your dick, and I'm like, well, yeah, if I disc it, then yeah, I could reach
I wonder
down.
if that
there.
works for the penis.
Just put
And then you
weights
could,
on
and
it.
then you could sell that on certain websites, and then make a mint.
Fair enough.
But that's what it is. It's just we're not a bunch of dudes up there just like screaming at you we're metal, and then we're gonna act like a bunch of dickheads afterwards. You know, we chug our beer, we do our thing, and we have fun.
I mean, that's what's up. I played thrash for like 10 years. Actually, with our producer, was my bassist for the longest time. And I would say like our thing, our whole premise behind our band was to chug in every song and play as fast as humanly possible
Yeah,
to
chug,
our extent. So
chug,
every song
chug,
just kept getting
chug.
faster, and the junk junkas were just in every song. And then we would just like to have the most amount of fun. So you and me were talking about Magic the Gathering earlier.
Yes.
I literally wrote a song called The Gathering.
Oh,
and
okay.
all of the lyrics are flavor text from a deck I built.
That's actually really
And
cool.
it's a damaged mill deck. It's a black and red damaged mill
Oh
deck.
man, that's brutal.
Yeah, it all revolves around Blightning and Megrum.
Oh,
Lightning?
Oh, that
Yeah,
just
so
sounds
Blightning is draw
Black
2
lightning.
cards, take 3 damage, and Megrum is every time you draw a card, you
Yep.
take 2 damage. So I would stack 2 Megrums, and then you would draw 2 cards, taking 8 damage, and then you would take 3 damage from the Blightning.
and that's just gross.
Oh,
That
it
just
was-
sounds
yeah.
awful.
Yeah, instead of people putting their cards in the graveyard, mine was like, I'm just gonna fill up your fucking hand and you're
Yep,
just gonna
and
take
then-
damage.
yeah, and then
you're
you're
gonna
just-
discard at the end of it.
And then you're gonna have the guy sitting across the table from you, and then just like either I flip this motherfucker, or I just walk away.
Exactly. So I'm all about that being self-aware in a metal band.
Yeah.
Because like it's cool to be brutal and it's cool to be metal, but at the end of the day, it's like you can only have so long a hair, so much corpse paint,
Right,
and
right.
you can only wear so many cobweb scribbles of a band name. on
Right,
a
exactly.
fucking
And it's
shirt.
like I can't.
band of cobweb
Yep.
scribbles.
Cobweb scribbles.
Bundle of branches. Holy shit, they're a fucking killer band. But the thing is like, and I can't even sell the long hair no more because I'm fucking balding because I'm old. But you know,
I mean, it's cool, but that still works in the metal community. You
Right.
can just Scott Ian it.
see, I thought, but I don't look good with shaved head because I got dents.
Again with the negativity. The self-image is
Just-
terrible.
It's realism.
Don't
just
give me
gotta spray
excuses.
paint
You
a
talk to your
smiley
therapist
face on
about
the
that.
top.
All right. We'll have to talk later about positivity then. I just need to take self-help classes.
Fair enough. We need to get you in yoga.
There we go.
Get you in a spin class.
Ooh.
All right, guys, we're gonna have a nice asana. Get up, go ahead, get on the floor.
Now I know Kenny Loggins drums for you, but how has Kenny Loggins inspired you as a musician?
Everything I do.
Everything you
Everything.
Every
The
single
soundtrack for Top Gun, bar none, is the best thing ever written.
I mean, it's really clutch, honestly. I'm partial to Footloose because, god damn it, that town didn't want dancing, and Kevin Bacon made sure
But
they
you
had
made-
dancing.
they got the dancing, and that's fine, but you didn't have jets.
No, you didn't have jets.
Top
You're
Gun
right.
is just footloose with jets. I've been saying that.
Why?
for
What are
years.
you doing to Nicolas Cage here?
He's hungry for a cage.
They're both being very quiet now.
They are.
He's got a mouthful of Nick.
That sounds like a very,
They don't
very
pay us for this.
strange internet porn.
So, aside from Kenny Loggins, what actually inspires you to write music, and what's the content your band writes about? Like, do you focus on anything specific?
Okay, well, I guess we'll go with content then because you followed that up with do I focus on anything specific? Really depends, like, initially, like, in the early stuff when I was writing, like, the lyrics particularly, I would take my stuff and more just tell stories. Like, I'm a big horror film fan.
Okay.
So one of our songs, I actually, and it's not an overt reference to Friday the 13th, but it's my take on, like, Jason Voorhees killing people.
Okay,
is
cool.
what it is.
So it's like wouldn't say it's conceptual, but it's like storytelling.
Yeah,
concept.
and that's what I like doing, and a lot of the stuff that I write, and this next record that's coming out follows a pattern, and the pattern is it's set to a fictional nuclear like Holocaust, right?
It's fucking awesome.
And it's going to start, and we spoke about this years ago, and it's still the thing, but every song thematically has that bit where it's like slowly society's devolving, then the strike happens, and then that's the end.
It's really awesome. I actually really enjoy that. That's pretty cool.
It's becoming more historical than
Because
fiction.
he even named one of the tracks, and it's obviously the song itself is more in what this story is being told, but it's a historical song title, 10/16/62.
You know what? Speaking of like him referencing and writing his songs, I really hate Ian sometimes.
Don't we all?
Because
love
Ian is not a good singer.
Hey!
Like vocally, he's not that good. But when he starts doing metal screams, it's fucking gritty and nasty.
Yeah.
And then he'll bring in lyrics, and I'll be like, "Fuck you! Why can't I write lyrics this metal? Like your vocabulary dominates what you're trying to convey, and I hate you."
Well, it helps when he has a
That's
when he
the
has a
meanest way
thesaurus.
anybody's ever
A
called me
dinosaur.
smart.
But I mean, as far as that goes, I just like telling stories. But as far as like influence, it's gonna be so fucking cliche. It's the typical shit. Big Four, a lot of the early death metal shit like Obituary, early Cannibal, 6 Feet Under.
Get down on Carcass.
Fucking A, dude.
I love
Oh,
Carcass.
I fucking love Carcass.
Carcass is so metal.
Yeah, they are.
So that's so funny. I mean, when I used to write metal, I also really enjoyed doing conceptual things, but I would kind of like, I wouldn't have a specific concept album. You know, I did songs about Magic the Gathering. I did a song about The Telltale Heart.
Okay.
Things like that. I would like things like that. I did, I read historical events of people that were at D-Day.
Okay.
And I turned like their story into lyrics and things like
that's
that.
right.
Because it's like that's fucking brutal, and
Yeah, and
it's like someone lived that. This
it's
happened.
real. It's
and
real.
and I like
Similar to Bug Hunt.
yeah.
Someone
I
lived
know.
it.
All right, so I wrote a song called Bug Hunt.
Bug Hunt is so much fun.
It's an industrial thrash song about the movie Starship Troopers. And I actually sample the film throughout the entire
No, that's
thing.
wild.
The opening of it starts with the commercial in the beginning of the movie where I'm doing my part.
Yeah.
And it ends with Patrick Harris's rant about why they sent the troops to Planet P to figure out to launch an operation.
That's pretty wild.
It's a fun fucking song. Nate, my producer over here, actually played bass on it.
It's a killer bass
Awesome.
part.
It really is. It's fucking nasty. Ian actually played drums on it.
Okay.
And then I played guitar over it, and then vocals, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I actually personally took my Zoom recorder and I sampled the movie and brought those sample
Didn't you just
files
watch it
in.
one night and you're like, all right, I'll take this one.
Oh no, I watched it with the intent of sampling, and I constantly rewound parts and like made sure I got the perfect audio for it.
Got that right.
And like, it was cool because that movie's never fucking bad. So I was like, oh, I gotta rewatch this for 5 minutes. Who gives a shit? This movie's fucking tight.
But see, that's cool shit, and especially about writing, and especially about taking and telling stories, as opposed to, and especially with metal these days, and even on like the local level, right? It's you get all these guys, and how many times can you scream into a microphone about like my girlfriend left me,
Yeah.
or my parents were shitty, or I hate my fucking job, I hate my
Exactly.
life. It's like, you know what?
Midwest
All right.
metal just
I mean-
sounds like pop country.
I mean, it really does. I mean, that's what I feel about all music, like pop, country, metal, alternative, even like the comic scene. It's all like self-loathing, and it's like, bro, you can bitch all fucking day, but people had it worse, people had it better.
Yeah.
Shit fucking happens. fucking just move on. Have yourself a beer, fucking move on.
And there it is.
Find
And it's
something
like,
you love.
It's like self-depreciating is one thing, but then it's just like self-loathing, and then it's just you're wallowing, and then it's like...
And then all of a sudden it's acceptable for these kids listening to this music to grow up just hating their lives
Yeah, exactly.
out the fucking gate.
And just talk, just talk about suicide every 10 seconds. Like, Jesus Christ, what are we doing?
It's like you need context, you need something, you
Right,
need structure, you need, that's why I really love Mastodon.
Mm-hmm.
I really love when they do, like, Leviathan is such a great album, like a Moby Dick concept album.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a great American novel portrayed through prog metal.
Yeah, right.
It's fucking dope.
Is the album literally based on Moby Dick?
Yeah.
Cool.
in fact-
I know it has the white whale thing going on.
No, we're doing fucking great. Hey, Nate, how's the audio sound?
I left my headphones in my coat, and I'm been too scared to go and get it.
Well, we have our
We've been
secretary.
muted the entire time.
We have our secretary.
The
I'll just go. I'll just go.
So
and do
there's
it.
no audio right now, and everybody's just looking at his live, and it's all
No, no,
silent.
no.
Like,
No.
He was going to live stream it and then have his earpiece in to
I'll
monetize
be
the
right back.
audio and
Sorry.
stuff like that.
Sorry.
Oh, you're
Sorry.
sorry.
He's sorry.
Sorry.
All right, so moving on. That was a great talk about inspiration. You said you got albums. You said you got EPs. Where can people find your music? Where can they download it? Where can they purchase it?
Everywhere. I mean, obviously you got the social
I'll-
media stuff, but literally
I'll go
everywhere.
to Virgin Records tomorrow.
Yeah, totally. Show up at Virgin Records, it's there. No, but like all the digital stuff, because we did the DistroKid thing, so it's like you can stream it everywhere.
I need to switch to that.
Dude, $20 a year.
I know. Before I caught on to that, I jumped on the CD Baby, which is not. It's not terrible. You do get licensing rights. You do get
Yeah.
distribution, but DistroKid just offers you a way better package.
It
and they
does.
give you all the money you make off your
Yeah,
music.
so it's not like anybody's kind of
Sponsor us,
picking it.
DistroKid.
Yeah,
This show is
DistroKid
not
sponsors. We are not sponsored, but we could be.
I mean, yeah, we're just waiting on you.
Yeah, but
We want
yeah,
you.
so anywhere like your Spotify's, your Deezer's, Apple Music, iTunes, because I don't even think they call it iTunes anymore. Dude.
What about
I'm aging
Zune
myself.
Music?
No,
Zune?
it's something else. I don't think iTunes exists. It's something.
I
It's
think
something
it's
new
Apple
now.
Music.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like it's
Yeah.
Apple Music now.
Steve Jobs took the I prefix with
With them, yeah, he took it to the grave. Took it to the grave. But yeah,
Now, is there any specific way that people need to look you up? Like, what's your at? It's just at Wicked Deception. Do you spell it any different way?
Wicked Deception for Facebook, The Wicked D on Twitter, Wicked Deception Band on YouTube.
Okay.
And that's the social media that's run by the band.
Now, do you have any sneak peeks of this EP on any format or anything that anyone can listen to? You got anything on YouTube? You got any leaks?
The last EP, the little preview for what's coming now, that's been out since 2019. And that's, again, all over.
Are those just kind of like rough tracks, like
We've
demos?
got some snippets on our Facebook. Occasionally,
Yeah.
you'll be like, "I'll take a minute video."
Yeah, like we'll take minute videos
Like
of
of-
like the new
Of
stuff.
you like practicing and all
Yeah,
that stuff?
yeah. So,
Okay.
but like the best way to get the idea, get yourself in the mindset, the last EP was 2019, and those are 3 songs that are going to appear on this whole next record. We're extending some shit because we've added some stuff. We gotta, because for the longest time back then, it was just Ian and I, and we were writing it together, and I played the bass parts in the studio, blah blah blah.
Well,
But now
what's
we
your
got guys-
setup right now?
Ian's drumming, I'm doing guitars and vocals. A guy by the name of Ryan Dickinson, he's playing guitar, and my stepbrother Dave, his name is Dave Russell, he plays bass.
Okay.
So lineups, and just as well as anybody else in the room, lineups in local bands. they
Oh,
always fucking
100%. When I was in
So-
when I was in my metal band, we started out as Alistair's White Saints. We were a 3-piece. Then we reformed a year or 2 later. Then we became Darvaza.
Okay.
Nate was our like 2nd or 3rd bassist, and then even when he left the band, he replaced himself. He literally brought in a guy. We started hanging out with him.
Yeah.
And he mentioned that the guy played bass, and then the next thing you know, Nate's like, "I can't do this band, but I got you a bassist."
I got you, son. I got you.
That's so courteous.
It is.
Honestly, it's the best. It's the best walkout I've ever had in a band. Like the guy literally filled his own position
Yeah.
before walking out.
That's fucking responsible shit.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's the lineup now, and it's been the lineup now, God, for probably what?
At least
Almost
a year?
2 years?
About yeah.
Yeah, about 2 years.
I'm
yeah.
a big fan of having Ryan in the mix too. He's a fun guitar
Oh,
player.
Ryan is amazing. He's been in the bands he's been in the area. He was in Psychopathic Days for a while. He actually recorded guitars on Wicked Deception's first full-length record, so it was he and I doing guitars back then. Ryan and I go way back. We've known each other forever. And, of course, my stepbrother, I've known him since he was this big.
Makes
now,
sense.
Now he's playing bass. But,
All right.
yeah, I mean, it's just a great bunch of guys. We're having a good time doing it. It's just like we're, again, like with the start-stop with everything going on, it's just like we've been itching to get back out there and play shows, and this is the year we're going to get back to it.
So that's
You
my
know.
next question. With everything that's been going on, and with all the restrictions, all the Vax card stuffs, all the holding on entertainment,
Yeah.
do you have any shows coming up? Have you been doing any sort of live streams? Is there any place where people can see you right now aside from listening to your music?
Not currently. We haven't live streamed.
Our music is too mysterious.
It is.
It's too mysterious.
Too mysterious.
It's Rey Mysterio.
It's very
Rey Mysterio Jr.
terribly mysterious.
RMJ.
Yeah, but again, I'm getting back in contact with a lot of the people I used to work with, booking and stuff
Okay.
like that. Because again, this year I want to be the year again. It's like, get the fuck back.
Yeah,
out
you
there.
gotta pump it up.
Yeah.
Especially if you're gonna drop music, you
Yeah,
need
it's-
to start playing.
Yeah, and especially it's just like that. That's the only way it makes sense, right?
Do you know, Lance, if
Exactly.
they're going to start doing that festival thing that we did again?
Ah, God, not that same group of people. But there are
Oh,
a couple
no.
of festivals floating.
Because that was a hoot.
It was.
My-
It was wild.
My favorite thing from that was people were like, I was the one on the like. They were trying to get us going. They're like, "Where's the band?" And I look out, and I'm like, "I don't know where Carlos is." And I see Carlos in the crowd cheersing me with his beer, and I'm like, "Dude,
As you
we
were
have
setting
to
up.
sound check,
Yeah.
motherfucker."
And now I heard this after I pulled up because I was late due to traffic. I actually worked that day. And then, you guys are supposed to be here. I got to put you on earlier. I'm like, well, you didn't tell me that as I was driving up. I would have took the day off. And I didn't realize Carlos was here until I saw him in the crowd. What's going on? So yeah, I backed my truck up to the stage. I backed the truck up to the stage. It's like, you guys are out in 10 minutes. All right, let's go.
That was a hoot, though.
It was pretty wild.
That was such a good time.
a lot of
Have,
booze.
Have you ever played Goonfest or heard about Goonfest?
I have not.
So
I like the name.
So my cousins, I got like 4 cousins. They're a member of a small clique called the Goons. And they're basically a bunch of like metalheads and punks that have been in the punk scene since like the 80s.
Okay.
And it's like a collective of like them, some of their biker buddies. They all meet up at shows.
Okay.
But my one cousin Juan books for Goonfest, and they started Goonfest because one of their members ended up dying. I don't know the circumstances of it.
Oh, wow.
Happened, but I played like the first annual Goonfest
Okay.
when I was still in a metal band. I don't know if it's still a run festival, but if it is, if you could remind me sometime, I'll reach out to him, see if I can do it, because it's a lot of like grindcore and thrash and black metal and punk bands that are just in the scene, that have been in the scene for like decades, or
Yeah.
like,
That sounds like
people
a
that have
I'd
just
like to
been
see a
around.
local black metal band.
Yeah, and like things like that. A lot of it's like super abrasive metal. And I know he books for it, so I mean, at a later date, please remind me.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I'll reach out to him because
Yeah.
I imagine that, like everyone else, he's also starving for entertainment.
Oh yeah. At this point, everybody's just itching to get the fuck out there, and you got these two extreme sides just trying to kill each other over everything.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like-
the dumbest shit, right?
yeah, yeah. And it's just like everybody that's up the middle are just like, let's just fucking let things be the way they were.
Exactly.
You know.
Now, before I bring on my next guest, I got one last question
Sure.
for you. What brought you into the world of music? Like, why are you a musician? Why do you play guitar? What sparked it for you? What happened? What clicked?
Always been a fan of music since I was a kid, but I didn't start playing until I was 14. 15 rather. It was 15.
Was it when you started smoking weed? Because that's literally
Around
that's
that,
literally the age when I started
but
playing guitar.
Yeah, so yeah, I discovered weed, discovered booze, discovered chicks, but the reason why I stopped is I actually got into a motorcycle accident, hurt my leg, and I was actually wanting to wrestle throughout all of high school. I actually did pretty well my first year. Took 3rd place in county.
Okay.
And then, I was going to play football. The coach, the wrestling coach, was also the football coach. He's like, I want you to be a linebacker. All right, no problem. Learning to ride my first motorcycle. Dumped the bike, slid about 100 feet. Gearbox crushed the knee.
Jesus.
I was out of school for 2 days, and when I came back, I could barely walk. And the coach just looks at me and goes, "What the fuck did you do?"
You
And it was
out of
like,
school
well-
for 2 days.
Yeah, and so then it was like, okay, well, I'm sitting on my ass. I can't fucking wrestle. Can't play football. My buddies were all in the metal. Hey, why don't you learn to play guitar? All right. And that's basically where it was. And then I got past the joint and it was all over.
You know, that's kind of what happened to me. I owned a guitar for 2 years before I ever played it. Started smoking weed and started listening to the Doors and Jimi Hendrix, and I was like, I'm going to learn how to play this fucking thing. And that's what brought me into music. And funny thing, I actually went to college for directing.
Okay.
My whole shtick was I wanted to learn how to direct because I wanted to direct pornos with an actual like cinematic like high grade value, and then I wanted to score my own movies.
That would be amazing.
And I thought that was like I still get to play music, I still get a directing degree, and then I just get to like watch people bang.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you would
there it
break
is, yeah.
wah pedal after wah pedal.
Well, no, that's why
That's
you buy the auto wahs or the dynamic wahs because then
Exactly.
you just set it. And then,
But then there's no heart, and porno music isn't anything if it doesn't have heart.
It's got to have the soul.
yeah,
You got
And the
you got
penis.
to sync up the wah with the thrust.
Yep.
And honestly, the reason I
Wah.
started a band is now
With the
you
wahs.
know Four Loko.
Yeah.
Do you remember Four?
No.
So before Four Loko changed its recipe from being an energy drink beer to just a super annihilating alcoholic beverage,
Yeah.
there was Four. It was a energy drink liquor that had thujone and wormwood in it, and that was their original product.
It must have tasted terrible.
It tasted like fucking candle wax. It was gross
Oh,
as fuck.
That just sounds gnarly.
But me and they sold them in 4-packs, and they were all like tall boys.
I'd have been upset if they came in any other number.
So
than
I
four.
drank 1.5 of those cans. We were all drinking, and then I picked up my guitar and I just started playing this riff. And then my buddy who played bass was like, "The riff you're playing is sick." So while we're like tripping and drunk and energetic, he starts playing bass.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, 2 days later, we had a band, and that song was written about last council meet, the chief Indian that declared to all nations that their fight was never going to be won, and they might as well just assimilate. Wow. And it was like super brutal. Like,
Yeah.
I was in a speech class. I showed up. I didn't know we had to do something. I didn't read the syllabus, and I'm like, "What's the shortest story I can read right now?"
Yeah.
And it was a 3-page long speech. I read it before I went up, and as I was reading, I was like, "This is the fucking gnarliest thing I've ever read in my life. This
Yeah.
is going to be a song."
There it is, man. Yeah.
Now, we're going to bring our next guest. You're still going to be with us. You're going to sit on Daddy Cage's lap over here.
Oh,
Actually,
hell yeah.
Brian, you're probably going to sit on Daddy Cage's lap because you're going to want access to your amp, aren't you?
You can sit on my lap. It's
I'm gonna
much
stand.
comfier.
All right. Well, Brian's going to stand. So you're going to stay right where you are.
All right.
Once Brian is done standing, you're going to scoot your happy ass over on Daddy Cage's lap.
Awesome.
But we're going to bring out Brian Illegitimate. He's going to give us about 3 songs, a nice little taste on his guitar, and then we're going to give him an interview.
Does your guitar taste like hot peppers or like cinnamon?
I don't know.
Nate, how's the audio sounding? How's the show sounding? It's pretty good, pretty clean, pretty clear. Loving it. How's the picture on
Doesn't
it?
sound like
How many
shit.
viewers do we have?
Does it even state?
It's a 0. We have 5?
I mean, it's pretty good for an initial launch off of a page by
That
itself.
sounds
Yeah.
loud.
It will be this is live TV, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
It's live, not loud.
Live and loud.
That's Ozzy. Now, are you going to play any Jimmy Buffett?
Yeah, my first song is going to be a Jimmy Buffett song that I reroute.
It's got none of the same chords and none of the same
Same
lyrics.
chords.
And it's a completely different rearrangement.
Well, I don't know if they're related. They both pronounce and spell their name differently.
This first song is called Shitty Nose Drip.
That's a Jimmy Buffett song.
I don't want to be here anymore. Just open that door. Why can't I leave?
I love being on the show.
Right.
Just want some peace.
Yeah. Shoot the shit.
Overdrive, moving too fast. Running on empty, gonna crash. Just waiting for feeling to pass. Feeling to pass. There's no cold in the back of my throat, that's how I know. There's no numb, I'm not dumb, I know.
Only sweat, only go, 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 go. There's no cold, no numb, no numb. Just speed, 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 There's no cold in the back of my throat, that's how I know. There's no, 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 I'm not dumb, I know. Only sweat, only go, 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 go. There's no, 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 just speed, 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 speed.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
No studio audience for that, Nate? Guess the audience doesn't care.
I am doing
They all went to
fucking
the bathroom.
7 things at once,
I
Jim.
think Nate, I think you're just gonna have to have the studio audience from now on.
We have a guy.
Apparently he can't fucking manage.
He presses record in studio audience.
I am doing other things.
Beer
They
ain't
all
gonna-
went to the bathroom.
the beer ain't gonna drink itself.
I want to fall in love, but I have no time for you. Still wrote you this song to say that I missed you. Hope you miss me too. Life just ain't been the same without you. Wish I could express myself better. Nobody sees me like you do. Hardest part about falling in love is when you are breaking up. Things will never ever be the same.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
And I got one more.
Do it up.
This is a cover
Margaritaville?
by Jimmy Buffett, by one of my friends from high school. I think he goes to Selfless Panda on Instagram. This one's called Oxymoron.
Oh, fucking A. I
This
love
is a song if I ever hang out with a band, first time jam with people, I always bring this one up.
This song is fucking awesome. I love this song so goddamn much.
I don't like that.
It's okay, you know, as the audience, you fix it.
No, it's part of the song. It's genius.
Yeah. This is my Andy Kaufman bit. I got a box full of comments that would get the mood started. A little big man, he goes oxymoron parties with big huge hands. A little cold hearted, watch a grown man cry. His little apartment and he had him a wife. He left her in party with the shame of running off and leaving what they started. But if one can't bear a lover that's there, it's only natural to find someone who cares. You and me can go to sleep, but when I wake up, I find your feet stepping down on me. What does this mean? It means that I feel so used when I'm there for your amusement. How easy it was for you to choose. Now it's taxes and late fees. I got a bag of hot snow. It numbs up your nose. But if you're such an addict, that's where all your money goes. Relax and give it back. We got our ups and downers. Cruel to be kind. Differences. We got the power. Oxymoron 94 is too much for your hands to control all the things you wish you had. Selfish and give and receive, but that's just a mom. But every husband and tries to forget her problems. You and me can go to sleep, but when I wake up, find your feet stepping down on me. What does this mean? I feel so used when I'm there for your amusement. How easy it was for you to choose. And us taxes and late fees. We all love to hate whenever escape the tattered script of fate on the human race. When I'm born to die just like the earth and the sky. So I always ask myself, oh, I even try. Well, let me explain this here while I'm speaking clear. My father was broke, my brother went off and left his son in tears. With having a coke and faded for two through so many years. I kept it alive long enough just to get whatever's near you and me. And go to sleep, the way to wake up. I find your feet stepping down on me. What does this mean? It means I feel so used when I'm there for your muse. And how easy it was for you to choose those taxes and late fees. I said you and me and go to sleep, but when I wake up, I find your feet stepping down on me. What does this mean? I'm sure that he felt so used when you proved that you're not amused. How easy it was for you to choose. Now it's karma and the death penalty. Alright.
Hell yeah.
Ow!
I've always loved that song.
That's a groovy one.
All right, well, I'm going to ask you to scoot over once he's done setting up. And
Oh,
then
my
Brian,
gosh.
take the lead chair. Ian, you need a rag to mop up your fucking mess because all night you've just been fucking spilling.
Yeah,
All right.
these are real hardwood floors.
Yeah, these are real hardwood floors.
And then you would think
That's why you pay rent.
Not on the carpet.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, you had to draw attention to it.
I'm pretty sure everyone can see it. You want to pop that condenser mic back in the thing?
Oh, right, the thing.
That was groovy, though.
Thank you. Yeah, that last one. I mean,
It reminds me of No Effects.
yeah, my buddy wrote that in high school, and I just been milking it forever. And he knows.
It's got that my kind of vocal
Yeah.
feel to it.
I do love Oxymoron. Honestly, I kind of wish you played My Demon, but Oxymoron was like
Yeah,
a clutch song you could have played.
My hands aren't warmed up enough for that one.
I totally understand. Totally understand. So, Brian, I've literally known you your entire fucking life.
Yeah.
Fill me in on who
He
you
was
are.
knee-high.
Well, I'm just this guy.
Fair enough. But who is this guy?
What's your favorite color?
Are you nearsighted or farsighted?
Actually, what's your favorite color and what's your
Alright.
prescription?
I kind of like gray.
Gray's a good one.
Yeah,
Elephants are gray.
They are.
Elephant gray is pretty dope.
Elephants are cool. They got big ears. You
Kinda
can eat them
neutral.
at carnivals.
I love elephant ears.
See?
So, tell me your favorite Nicolas Cage movie.
My favorite Nicolas Cage movie is Lord of War.
God, that movie's so dope, too.
That's a big
Yeah, I
name.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I've never seen Bad Lieutenant, and I've always wanted to see
I've never
that
seen
movie.
I've never seen it.
I've only seen the one scene where he's like fucking cracked out. It's the scene where he's like cracked out, and the drug dealer he's like working with or whatever shoots a guy. But Nicolas Cage is so cracked out, he still sees the guy dancing, so he keeps asking him to shoot him. So it keeps cutting to Nicolas Cage seeing this guy breakdancing to this guy shooting a dead body lying on the ground.
Sounds like a bad acid trip.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's like smoking crack throughout the entire movie. Like the whole thing is like he's like wound up in corruption. He just smokes crack, and he's like
That
dealing
sounds
drugs
like a
and
good
shit.
It wasn't
Right?
part of the script. He played a pastor.
It's just how he showed up, so they went with it.
He was the most
And he even brought the crack.
He brought his own crack.
Yeah,
Wasn't even supplied. He
Yeah,
brought his own.
BYOC. It wasn't a Hollywood crack.
He's that method. So you are Brian Illegitimate. What projects are you associated with?
I'm associated with a band called Illegitimate that's on hiatus, and currently a band called Tooth.
All right.
Tooth.
Well, fill me in. Tell me about this band.
Tooth is a band that kind of started as an alternative hip hop band, and now it's just kind of progressing into a bunch of other genres.
Okay.
Like touching a little bit of everywhere.
All right. Well, give me a little example. Like you said, alternative hip hop, but like, what are some of the new directions you're going?
Well, I will say if you go to see us live, no song is ever going to sound the same.
All right.
All the songs are they're in different keys. They're kind of different genres. There is kind of like a a consolidation, I would say.
Like you're like in the same ballpark, but you're
Yes,
spread
yeah,
out.
yes. It's going to be poppy. It's not super complicated. It's not, overindulgence on a lot of stuff. But it will touch on alternative hip hop, a little bit of psychedelic, maybe a little bit more on the heavy side of rock too. But
All right,
yeah,
that's
kind of all over the place.
I mean, it's pretty
How much
dope.
prog?
Yeah, I would say about 0.05% prog.
You know, that's a good percent for most modern bands.
Yeah, that is true.
As
It's about
long-
what most modern
if you
bands
count to
have.
five
Yeah,
ones, you're
sometimes I use the harmonic minor scale.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's honestly my favorite scale. I'm not gonna lie. that's
Harmonic
literally my
minor is
favorite
cool,
scale.
Yeah, when you don't know what to do,
Do you go Mixolydian or
I know them.
Aeolian?
I know them, but I don't use them in this band.
Aeolian?
No, I don't. Well,
Ariola Grande.
See, Nate's on point.
Now he's on fucking point, like 3/4 through the fucking show.
oh, it's because I paid him. I paid him to bail in the first half. Yeah, I did. I really did.
Now,
Everyone can be bought.
now you said that you're alternative hip hop. You said that you're kind of like going around to different genres. And
Yes.
kind of like branching out. Now, what's it about Tooth that's separating you from other bands in your genre or other bands in your same bracket? Like, what are your gimmicks? What are you doing differently? What are you keeping fresh?
Like I say, everything's pretty. It's an interesting set. No song is going to sound the same. The first song is going to start off. It's going to be kind of like this psychedelic rock with a lot of effects going on. The next song is going to come out. It's going to be a more clean guitar, riff-driven, simple chord stuff.
All
I
right,
can't really put a finger on it.
all right, fair enough.
That's kind of like the hard.
It's a band about nothing.
Like
you're,
Seinfeld.
you're the Seinfeld of musicians.
Yeah.
Who's
And
the
who
Newman
doesn't
of
want to be
the group?
associated with Larry David? Come on.
Who is the Newman?
For Larry David. I don't know. Sorry.
That's good.
All right, all right. Now how has Kenny Loggins inspired you?
I don't know who Kenny Loggins is.
I know.
Yes, you do. You might not know who Kenny Loggins is, but I guarantee you know who Kenny Loggins is. He did Top Gun. You know the song from
Footloose.
Caddyshack. I'm alright.
Yeah, that is
Kenny Loggins.
that is
I
Kenny
do
Loggins.
love that song.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
song
see-
is pretty fucking awesome.
He's an artist of a generation.
Have you seen A Futile and Stupid Gesture? Just on off topic about Caddyshack. It's about the guy who created National Lampoon, the actual magazine, and he directed Caddyshack and Animal House. And it's a really good movie. It's played by Will Forte. Will Forte plays the main character. Unfortunately, the guy ended up like killing himself, but he assembled everybody that later became all of SNL.
Oh wow.
Literally, and the only reason that they went to SNL is he never got them under contract, and Lorne Michaels swooped in and scooped them all up. But
Hi, I'm
it's a great movie, and there's awesome scenes where they're just jackassing,
No, I think
driving
it's Saved
golf
by the
carts, doing coke with Rodney Dangerfield.
It just sounds.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, right? Just rolling around golf carts, fucking playing bumper cars, and fucking doing blow with Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield.
Right,
never
like-
touch drugs.
Well,
Sounds like a great Saturday.
right, it sounds like an awesome golf day. Now you mentioned again, we're going back to alternative hip hop and Ballpark. What are the influences? I know the rest of the band isn't here, so maybe you can give me a sum up of their influences, your influences, and kind of how you meshed into what you are. Like, what do you listen to? Who do you pull from? What brings you to the music you write?
I listen to a lot of Elliott Smith, Lou Reed. Lately, I've been going back to high school roots, so Limp Bizkit, AFI. And then anything on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater or early 2000s skate video, which kind of is everything to like super gangster underground rap to like Johnny Cash to punk rock and stuff like that.
Ska,
so
bro.
yeah, ska.
Crazy how
So
much,
all
like,
those
Tony
huge
Hawk has
genres.
done.
So I think it's kind of like something, anything you can kind of vibe out to or skew
Okay.
to or fuck shit up to.
Okay, so basically you have no direct influence
No.
genrely. You're just kind of like, this is what I'm listening to this week. This is
Yeah.
what I'm writing about.
Yeah, I'll listen to punk rock, but I'm not going to listen to. I mean, I have like three, a couple bands I listen to.
Yeah.
Same with rap, metal, everything. I don't listen to all of it, but I listen to a select few that. that vibe with me. I guess.
That's what's up.
Who's your
Fucking
guilty
cool.
pleasure influence? It's okay to say Jimmy.
What would be like a guilty pleasure thing I listen to? I like Fergie.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Fergalicious.
Oh, Fergalicious
Yeah,
is a
Fergalicious. I
jam.
love
You know, that
song.
song is
I
pretty
really
badass.
love that song.
You know, while we're on the
Pop
topic
music
of
is
guilty
underrated.
pleasures, what's your guilty pleasure?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I don't. I have a whole playlist on Spotify just called "Catchy Girl Pop."
I love
All
it.
right, so-
Once a year, there is one like chick artist who will come out with a catchy girl pop song. "Call Me Maybe" was one of them.
Carly Rae, whatever.
Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah, that. Yeah, and
Katy Perry's got a bunch of them. I would call I Kissed a
Katy
Girl
Perry's got
one of
fucking
those.
bangers.
Yeah, like Katy Perry's
Katy
great.
Perry's great.
Some Miley Cyrus, all those catchy girl pops. The big like top number one hit of the summer. I always love it.
All right, Lance, what's your guilty pleasure?
Early '90s West Coast hip hop.
Okay.
Shit like
Ooh.
Dr.
I mean, who
Dre,
doesn't
Snoop
love
Dogg.
that? That's
I mean,
fucking
yeah.
bomb, dude.
And it's just like, I'll fucking crank that forever, man.
Wicked
The
Deception.
Chronic.
Oh, dude, the Chronic is so
Oh,
good.
the Chronic's
dude.
great.
It's so good.
Yeah, but all of that shit, the West Coast particularly, like the East Coast shit in the '90s, the shit that Biggie and fucking what does he call himself these days? Fucking Diddy or whatever. The
Oh
fuck.
yeah,
Yeah,
whatever
Yeah,
name he's on these days.
Yeah, like
Diddy did it.
yeah. But that didn't do much for me. Really, like later, Biggie was pretty good, but all the West Coast shit. Was
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. All that West Coast stuff was just with what was going on in Compton, like LA and stuff. Like that brutality really just like poured in that music.
If
scene.
you haven't lately, I highly recommend going back and listening to Ice Cube's first solo.
Oh, dude, that album like back to back bangers, dude.
So good.
I would say my guilty pleasure, and Ian actually pointed this out as to being my favorite album, and I didn't even realize. But Aqua, the band Aqua,
Oh my
their
God.
first album, Aquarium. Every new phone I get, every new computer I get, that is the first album that goes onto it. Because I honestly don't like Barbie Girl.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I
for
don't-
those who don't know.
I don't
Yeah.
like Barbie Girl, but front to fucking back, it's banger after banger. Out of the like 12 songs they had on that album, they had 8 music videos.
Oh wow.
Like literally, like if you look up Aqua music videos, like 3/4 of that album, like they have a music video for.
They're German, aren't they?
They're Swedish. They're like
Oh,
they're a
Swedish,
Swedish
okay.
pop group, and I'm telling you, Sweden produces amazing pop groups. Fucking Roxette out of the 80s and early 90s was one of the dopest Swedish pop groups ever. So moving along, where can people find Tooth? Where can people listen to Tooth? Where can people buy and download Tooth?
Bandcamp
Bandcamp
for now.
for now.
To find us, the best place would be Instagram at Tooth Chicago.
All right.
TOOTH Chicago.
All right. And are there any other social media followings you would like to mention or bring up that people can like find you, follow you, see posts about you, any updates?
If you want to see me and what I'm doing, it's at Brian Illegitimate. At Brian Illegitimate on Instagram.
Okay.
That's probably where I'm most active.
All
Are
right.
you on Bearshare, Kazaa, or Napster?
No, I like my computer's working.
Linkin Park.
So you don't use LimeWire.
You don't use BitTorrent?
I love BitTorrent.
The
That's all I saw.
graveyard
I
is
do it special.
just shit in the
BitTorrent,
ocean
too.
and dumps the computer's ruined by Bearshare.
Now, what does Tooth have out right now in terms of music? Do you have singles? Do you have albums? Do you have EP? Are you
Okay.
working on anything new? And is anything coming out?
Well, right now we have an EP that's only available on Bandcamp,
Okay.
but it's also available on SoundCloud. Oh yeah, we have SoundCloud too.
Oh, there you go.
You can find the link on our Instagram.
Oh, shit.
So, because we have a link me. Link me's are great. Everyone that's in a band should get a link me.
Honestly,
me. It's a link.
Is it like LinkedIn?
And then it has your YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Bandcamp, Bearshare,
LimeWire.
Twitter, Zanga,
OnlyFans.
Zanga, OnlyFans,
LiveJournal?
LiveJournal,
Yes.
LinkedIn,
Your GoFundMe.
4chan?
everything. No, 4chan's anonymous.
You can do it.
QAnon.
Actually, you can make a username on 4chan.
Why would you do
Only the FBI makes username for 4chan.
Not a cop.
1437559.
No, they gotta be edgy, so it's not a cop 69-420.
Yeah.
Oh.
Blazer.
Got it.
Hello,
Yeah,
my fellow
right
kids.
now
669.
we have. So the next goal is everything will be on Spotify. The EP will be on Spotify, and then we have a new EP coming out. I think there's like 4 or 5 songs on that.
Okay.
And then right now we are working on, I'd say we have one really fleshed out song and then probably 5 or 6 potential ones. So I'll say one thing I don't have a problem with is writing music. I think.
Do you have any sneaky peeks out there? Have you released any? This is coming out. This is a little clip and snippet. Are those? Can anyone feed their hunger for this band?
Just go on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram.
I'm hungry for teeth.
That's your best bet.
The only teeth strong enough to eat other teeth. Tooth.
Yeah. Just TOOTH.
Do you have any upcoming shows at all? Any performances you got lined up?
No. That's why bookers, all those people that put on shows, hit me up.
All right.
Brian Illegitimate.
For everyone
Instagram
out
or
there, we
Tooth
got
Chicago
Wicked
on
Deception.
Instagram.
We got Tooth.
Hit us up. We will play that show.
You hear that, Hamilton?
They will fucking play. Now, what brought you into the world of music? Why do you play music? What made you want to be a musician to pick up that guitar?
Pussy.
That's a
Um,
lie.
Yeah, it was just the chicks, bro. I
Do
think
we say
before
that
I got
on the
into
show?
music, me and all my friends were really into skateboarding, and skateboarding is great and fun. But I think after a year of that, I kind of just topped out at the kickflip. And one of our friends got
Once you break both your ankles.
yeah, that too. And he starts,
Hamilton.
yeah, I think I watched this video where a guy goes downstairs and shatters his ankles, and just thought that wasn't the best way to go. So the next thing was one of our buddies got a guitar, and I think we were just like, we can't let him get better than us. So we started.
Well, I can't be a professional skater. I might as well play an instrument.
Yeah, an instrument. You can only know 2 chords.
You can only skate until you're 24. You can play an instrument forever.
Yeah,
Fair
an
enough.
instrument.
And you don't even have to be good at it.
Well,
Yeah.
Skating or instruments?
an instrument. You can go party all you want as long as you can play. You're good. But
Everyone
skateboarding,
loves a guy at a
you
party
can't
with a
get fucked
guitar.
up after 27.
No.
Good skateboarding.
You snap a limb and it's game over.
All right. Well, the final question of the evening. This is an open forum discussion. We have reached the anus card of the evening. If you're a prior viewer of the show, the anus card of the evening means that we are at an end. So the final question of the evening is open to everybody. Let's talk instruments. Let's talk pickups. Let's talk preference. What do you prefer? What do you like to play? Why do you like to play it? What cabinets? All that stuff. Let's run down our gear. Let's start with Ian.
Mahogany ukuleles with aluminum strings.
It's
Uh,
fucking tits on a fish.
That sounds
Actually-
pretty awesome. honestly.
Actually, since I mainly drum, personally I play Pearl right now, but my dream kit would be a Sonar kit or a bronze kit because they got a real big boomy low end. I want to get a bronze snare drum for the same reason. The problem with bronze drums is they're incredibly loud and incredibly heavy.
Wouldn't skins also affect that too?
The sound?
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit, but in terms of the boominess of what you got and how much you need to, like, maybe temper or mess with, it's mostly in what the shells are made out of themselves.
Does that have to deal with wood and how deep the drum
Mhm.
is?
That's why, like, Dave, like look at it, because I was listening to it most recently, but look at, like, old school, like, Nirvana videos. Dave Grohl basically has a floor tom as his rack tom. Because it's so deep, he gets that nice boomy sound. And I'm a big Danny Carey guy, and he did an entire album on a cast bronze kit. Each bass drum weighed over 100 pounds a piece.
Jesus.
But they were deep and they vibrate and they resonate so well. And him and Alan White and Bill Bruford, they're big into non-muffling drums, which I think is really cool. The axiom that they use is let the drums sing, in that, like, if you tune a drum correctly, you shouldn't need to dampen it or put moon jelly or anything on it, because if you tune it correctly, it'll have that nice boom.
Just have that natural playability.
Yeah, and it's a tough thing. Tuning drums is the hardest fucking
Oh
thing
yeah,
in
well
the
there's
world.
so many different tunings as well as what you want to do and how you want to sound.
And if you got nice enough drums too, they'll come with a little card that says these drums are in the key of C.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool because if you got nice enough drums, you can tune them to a legitimate scale, so they'll actually be in key with the music that you're using.
That's what's up. All right,
never knew that.
Lance, let's go to you. Let's talk guitars. Let's talk pickups. Let's talk about brands. Let's talk about what kind of amps you like using. Why?
Currently, I am using a Harley Benton EX with the headset EMGs.
Okay.
And then that's running through an Orange Crush Pro 120 into a. Now the cab says crate, but it's not a crate. The speakers are all Celestian Greenbacks.
Okay. So you modified, switched out.
Yeah, because I blew up the original speaker.
Fair enough.
It's because you're so metal.
Yeah, I tend to run things too fucking loud. But and I fell the orange I just started recently using because my PV6505 took a shit, and it's like, and I haven't gotten around to it. I got to get it in and get it repaired because I love that amp. That's like my dream amp. But again, I picked up this Harley Benton on the cheap through Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
$150, and I knew I was going to modify it. Came across a set of headsets from my guitar player Ryan on the cheap and got it set up, and I fell in love, man. Because normally I was a passive pickup guy because all the other guitars I got, I play a Washburn Dime. And that's got the Dimebucker in it, and then of course I got another Dean V, which uses the actual Wild Bill.
Yeah.
And normally just using passives. I just didn't want to muck about with the batteries, and I thought actives were too bright. But the fucking headset fucking rips, man.
Yeah,
and then great. Yeah, and then you throw just a little Ibanez Tube Screamer right in front of all that shit, and you're fucking good to go, man.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, on to you. Let's talk instruments. Let's talk amp. I know that you fucking collect amps. This dude has fucking a bag stock of amps for various things.
Yeah. This thing, man, this is incredible. I need to buy one.
Oh, the Katana? Yeah. No, tell them about the fucking Katana.
Yeah, so I love tube amps. They're great, but after playing so many shows through like sketchy staircases, I used to play a PV Mace.
Okay.
That's like 100-pound combo. Sounds amazing, but you're always fixing it. Heavy. It must have been 100 pounds. And I've just been trying to switch to a solid state setup. Yeah. And then this thing kind of does everything. So I'm still dialing this in. I've never used it live yet. But,
You just did.
Yeah, well, yeah, but the sound isn't going to come through exactly.
You heard it first. This was premiered on the Not So Late Night live stream.
Premiered.
Sounds great.
Sounds great. Sound guys get mad at me. Anyway.
The sound guy, producer, audience.
Yeah.
Social media manager.
But amps.
Art director. Stage manager. Costume director.
You've been sitting down the whole time.
I have been. It feels so
He
good.
did get up once.
To get some supply. Anyway, sorry.
So, but this is going to be my new setup. Is this Boss Katana? If you really want to dial it in, you can get really close to anything you want.
That's what's up.
It's pretty good for the price. I would recommend it to anyone, or just a practice amp. That's kind of how I originally bought it.
This is the whole thing too. Head, amp.
It's got all the Boss pedals in there. Like I said,
everything is pushing right out.
It's never gonna be a Marshall JCM or a Mesa Boogie. It's gonna be like 80% there, but in a whole live band mix, I don't really see it.
I was gonna say you're not gonna tell the difference.
Yeah, I don't think
the average listener is not gonna know.
Maybe a guitar.
I mean, I think at this point, at this point in time, at this point we're talking for musicians, but for the most part, people.
I'll know this, but
ain't nobody gonna give a damn out in the crowd because half of them, they're like, you got us guys, man. Oh man, that's fucking Killer Tone because he's got this, that, and the other thing. Everybody, I think the guitar's so good. It's like they don't give a shit. It could be a fucking Silvertone.
Exactly.
Could be a Line 6.
Oh, would we go there for?
I started.
I love the hate for Line 6.
Oh, they're fucking trash.
They really are.
I have zero opinion on a Line 6, but every musician or guitar player I know has an opinion.
I do cringe when I see it. The new Spiders are nice, but when I see like an old Spider amp, from like the mid 2000s, I cringe when I see it. And then if someone brings that in a band setup, that thing's either going to cut through every instrument or die in a mix. There's no real middle ground with those amps.
You know, though, my dad, he doesn't play any
nothing wrong
like
with them,
gigging bands, but he got a Line 6 for a little bit. And he's just like, this is great. I can play on this amp. And I mean, it sounded great.
And I remember when Line 6 like started coming out, I was like the late 90s. And everybody was into the, just getting into that amp modeling. And you even had like big name musicians, guys like, the dudes in Korn, like a lot of the new metal guys really pushing those amps. And then I actually played through one and I'm like, this is fucking garbage. And I was a fucking teenager then.
Yeah, the first time I ever played through a Line 6, I was like, I don't like any of this. I was like, it doesn't sound good. And then anytime anyone ever shows up with a Line 6, I'm just like, gross.
And then it's like,
everyone has you already lost the
it's like at that point, get you a PV Bandit in a fucking Boss Metal zone.
You know what?
And then just crank that shit and sound like a
I love the Bandit 112. The 1990 4 Max Bandit 112, the one that has the red border, not the blue border.
Okay.
It actually has amazing good tone. It's got a distortion, a brightness, and a thrash button, which I always love. but yeah, the specific red rimmed model, early 90s was good. The 1994 version Bandit 112, I absolutely love it. I'm a PV guy. I'm all about custom tone. All of my instruments that you see over there, they're not on camera, but they're all set up for different things. Like the Degenerate Special, the pink one right there.
Yeah, you guys can see that, right?
Is set up for punk. And it's Maisley DiMarzio pickups in it, and I've got a Duncan Scorcher in there.
Oh, okay.
My Ibanez on the end, I call it the Axe of Justice. It has a Dimebucker in it. It has, do you remember the pickup company Rockfield?
Yes, I do.
So I am a huge supporter of Rockfield. I bought into it fucking day one.
I had Rockford?
It was.
I mean, I wasn't making a joke. I was curious because that could be a good.
It was a touring guitar tech who came out with 6 pickups, and then he started his own company. And they were around for like 4 or 5 years, and then and then literally the market crashed and the economy hit, and he went bankrupt.
Yeah,
I had a guitar stolen that had the Rockfield Mafia pickup in it.
Wow.
I literally found a guy on Reverb with a set of them. I bought those off of him. I have them literally in that box right there behind Nate. A set of
turn the camera around.
Rockfield Mafias. I've got a Rockfield Turbo in that. Another Duncan Scorcher.
Yeah.
And then the Dimebucker. I have the Dimebucker installed upside down. And I modded. I used to have a 5 pickup switch. I now have a 3 pickup switch. And what I did is it's bridge in the 1 position, bridge middle in the 2nd position, and bridge neck in the 3rd position. So I get all the high ends with the bottom of the neck. And what I play through is I think it's a 1984 Fender cabinet. I kept 2 of the original speakers, and I bought, they're not Celestians, but they're Celestian comparable. They basically do the same mid-range low end, but they're an off-brand, so they cost me like $30 cheaper.
Right.
I have them installed on an angle, so it's original speakers this way, and then the other ones this way.
I like how he asked me about my gear, and then he just starts talking about his shit.
You stop talking.
You cut me the fuck off.
All right, what do you got next?
Tell me about your guitar.
Damn.
It's okay. I was going to ask Jim in a way so he could talk about his without having
He just cut me up and said, and these are my guitars over
I'm sorry. We just started talking about PV, and you mentioned Bandit, and I was like, oh my god,
that's my fault. I apologize.
I'm just going to end it with saying I played through a 1979 PV Century Pro, which is a multi-instrument amp mainly used for horns, that this gentleman is the reason I played through that amp. He owned it, I played through it, and I was like, I will own this amp. And I literally bought it. But let's talk about your guitar. I know you recently bought a Jackson, and you recently switched out your pickups. Yeah. And I know that you used to love the guitar that you brought before you got that Jackson was the one that you said, this is what I want to play through. When you modded your Jackson, you were like,
the Jackson stock. That's all
What
stock.
do you mean the Jackson stock?
Jackson stock, that's the PRS.
Yeah, no, but you... Oh, I thought you modded the pickups on that.
The PRS I did.
Oh. I just
the
remember
Jackson came stock with Duncan Super Distortions, jumbo pickups, original Floyd Rose.
I just
that
remember
thing's set up ready to fucking. That thing kills.
I know. I remember when you had this, you were like, I want every guitar to sound like this, and then you got the Jackson, and you're like, fuck what I was saying about the PRS. I just want what the Jackson is about.
It's funny you mentioned the PV Century. My first real half stack head was PV Century.
The PV Century Pro is an amazing 1979 solid state.
That
Like,
was
it
fucking
really plays so
insane,
well.
man.
I love that it gives you a high and low range, and instead of a mid range, you get frequency and
Yep.
hertz.
Yep.
It's a great
So,
amp.
Like, yeah, you can control the peak on it. It's fucking great.
I missed that one.
Well, I mean, you can always buy one. Literally every once in a blue moon, you can find like 5 or 6 of them on Craigslist between $220 to like $350.
Huh.
Yeah.
Every couple of years I would like look for them, and they would be gone. They would appear, they would be gone, and then one day I was like $225. I'll fucking buy it right now.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna still bullshit, but we're done with the show. I would like to thank anybody else that was on the show. We're gonna see the credits,
Yeah.
and
all this extra stuff you can find on our OnlyFans.
yeah, we do have an OnlyFans.
Or their OnlyFans.
It's not up and running completely yet, but we will have content exclusive on OnlyFans. I will hang dong for you.
Ian will be topless.
I mean, if I could win money. Daddy only said that word because he thought he would win money.
Happy birthday, Nick Taylor.
Happy birthday, Nick Taylor. Henry Logan. It's his birthday today.
Daddy Logan.
Raising Arizona is a great movie.
Oh, man.
Leaving Las Vegas, underrated.
Are you gonna do the?
Yeah, are you gonna do your thing, and then I'll do my thing?
You gotta throw me my hat.
Oh, I will. You gotta sign off.
Yeah, I literally did.
Oh, what'd you say?
I said the show's done. We're gonna roll the credits.
That's not signing off. It's saying hi. I'm Jimmy
All right.
Degenerate.
Never give up, never surrender.
There you go.
Watch Galaxy Quest.
You've been
I'm
drinking.
Jimmy the
It's fine. Welcome to season 2.
Yeah, welcome to season 2.
You're my favorite director, Nate.
Whoa. I got
Whoa! That wasn't sarcastic.
Well,
at
hold
all.
on, hold on.
Serious.
Yeah, you're calling me the director, and I'm only getting producer pay. Come on now.
You're getting paid.
I was just
I've done nothing
I'm
but
an
drink
on-air
tonight. I mean,
personality. Shit.
all right.
God, I
Well
want that to
done.
be at the top of my resume. On-air personality. I love the 80s.
Don't look at me. You guys just do
Oh, you're
your own
killing
thing.
it, dude.
I know.
I'm watching the index cards.
Yeah.
I'm just going to talk shit about the sound again.
I
I never even heard the sound.
I mean, Nate did have.
I've been
he
deaf
did
for the
have,
last hour and a
things
half.
ringing his
He
phone,
said
and he
good.
did have his earpiece.
Yeah.
I
He
did.
said it was good.
I did turn to him repeatedly, and I was like, "Hey, how's the audio?" And he was like, "It sounds great." So,
Great. That's all I care.
so it did turn out really good. We did pull out the condenser mic, so it didn't overshadow or like.
Yeah, I think when I was hitting those major third, it was. They sounded awful for the mic. I was like, I guess I'll just play.
It is
I never
what
want to
it
have
is.
to think about music that much.
I'm glad I didn't ask you about those chords then. I was like, oh, he's doing something different there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you have the pinky free, you know, just move it around.
Free pinky.
It all sounds good.
Free hand.
He's throwing in some theory right
I learned
there.
from John Frusciante.
Oh, you tuned your B string a little flat.